Well, take a look and turn that. Yeah, that's when. Well, whatever. I don't. But they both seem a lot brighter. Maybe I just don't want to be in the light now.
My wife sent me a Instagram.
We should just do that
from this.
That should be the button up right
and
there.
She said, "Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, you have to train your mind to greet the day with positivity, and so you're supposed to get out of bed and go, come on, George."
I do it. I
Yes.
just go.
Yes.
I don't do that.
No, you wake up better than
I
me.
can't do that.
I can't. That's where you draw the line.
I think it's just hysterical that and I like it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I just.
Well, first day is this morning, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Let's. Did you try it too? Are you going to try it?
I did this morning.
Okay, well, talk to me next week after
I
7
will.
days.
I'll do it 7 days in a row, and I'll let
Tim,
you know.
you're glowing, Tim. I 100% agree. It would help. It will help. It will help. I just don't do it. You can do it either way. There's many ways to do that. What's wrong?
I'm getting closer to my brother. Okay, so we're just going to do a shorty right now, and it's interesting to get your viewpoint on this. Welcome to the show, by the way.
All you chasters out there, both of you.
Back in Illinois, there was this case, you probably all read about it, and this high school senior, 17 years old, put good old Glory in the back of his bed of his Dodge truck and drove it to school, and they came out and said, you can't do that, blah, 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 and the implication was that it's triggering people or whatever the case may be. And so he brought out like the U.S. flag code, and he brought out the school code, and he says, nowhere does it say I can't, fly a flag out of thing.
Good for him.
Good for him. And then an interesting thing is that social media got wind of it, and all of the other students at the school, many of them rather, put flags in the back of their trucks. And
it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful sight.
Actually, I do remember that.
And then the point is that they had to backtrack, which they did very quickly, to their credit. Within 24 hours they backtracked and said, of course you can fly an American flag out of the back of your pickup truck. My question to you, George, because you always like to kind of create correlations between these things, is that if it was an
Really, come on.
LGBT.
Yeah, MGBGT, LGBTQ.
TQ. If it was a pride flag, which I'm not going to judge would they have said anything?
They would not have.
Well,
they would not have. I guarantee. I mean, well,
I like to poke the bear on this show in case you haven't realized.
They wouldn't have. If they'll guaranteed, there's more LGBT, there's more rainbow flags up in that school than American flags.
I don't know. It's in Illinois, and I think it was in the sticks.
Yeah, I guess.
No offense to Illinois.
Maybe.
But it wasn't Chicago, probably.
Yeah. I guess that's all conjecture.
It's just kind of a point of conversation that we're having.
But that happened before, too. Some guy, they because he had the Betsy Ross flag with the circle? The circle star? What flag is that?
That's attributed to Betsy Ross design, yes.
Betsy Ross design, and he had it on his backpack, and the school made him take it off his backpack, and he wouldn't take it off his backpack. And it was just a patch, on his backpack. But his parents said, F you, baloney, No, hey, stay right here, Mr. F-bomb.
Well, it's like
and then so they ended up allowing it, and the same thing as
it's
this.
It's like the "Don't Tread on Me" flag and everything. Everyone acts like, oh, it's a trigger because
when was it bad to have an American flag?
Huh?
When was it? To me, that's the disease of the religious left.
Oh, you mean their fervor?
Their fervor, because it is a religion to them, and they construe the flag with being Republican. What's wrong with being me first? What's wrong with making America great? How can you hate Make America Great?
They want to paint you with the brush that is like you're a
racist,
a Christian nationalist,
a racist, homophobe, xenophobe, Islamophobe.
A Christian nationalist, I think, is really
but the parentheses after Christian nationalist is
what?
Racist, homophobe. That's a Christian nationalist, and then they got the long paragraph at the end of that, long parentheses after that. No, but if you don't, that's what it is. That's what
I don't know if it was
they
like
say Christian nationalists, and they're like white nationalists, Christian nationalists. It's basically synonymous to them.
Yeah, I know. It's a big bucket that they're just going to throw you all in because
you're racist,
or because you go to church on Sunday. You know.
I think they would disparage more of your political party than if you went to church on Sunday.
But getting back to the patriotism, because this one just kind of popped up, and that was
This is a good button up, nice and quick.
There was a Seattle dance squad. Well, it's the same aligned with what we're just talking
Now,
about.
I had a
here.
question on the Seattle. Can I interject? The Seattle Dance Club.
ahead.
Are they're from Seattle?
Yeah.
And they dance all the time in Seattle. Give us a little backstory.
I don't know much about their background personally, but this is what they look like.
What about the third from the left dancer?
They're very obviously, patriotic. We're in there literally.
I'm saying they're line dancers. I'm going with line dance.
Yeah, I don't. That's a good guess. But
guess.
anyway, they couldn't. They were told that if by wearing their patriotic wardrobe, that it was triggering a small percentage. And this is what we're going to get to.
Here's
here.
the picture on screen, as you can see.
Because it triggers a small percentage of the people out there who are anti-flag because of what represents what we're doing in Israel or within the LGBTQ plus.
They just hate America.
Community.
They just hate America.
And that kind of thing. It's just an excuse, right? It's just an excuse to
agreed.
to attack it. And the point is it's like, so everyone, caters to that and cowers in front of it because it's a very small percentage. And the same thing goes to anything else you're talking about. It's a small percentage that has
the trolls. They live for
right.
that.
They
the
live
trolls
for it.
live for that. The 5% of the trolls just
Right.
live for that, and it comes across as this wave that some people are victimized by, or some people are influenced by. But why would you be influenced by that?
Well, the point of the story is that they were given a choice that they had to change in the street clothes if they were going to compete in this dance competition.
And what did they
this
say?
Dance squad. And they did, first of all, they didn't bring any other wardrobe, and they said, no, we're not going to do it. And so good for them. It's like walking away. But the point is that you only...
That's what they said.
Dude, that counts. That counts double. There you go. Read between the lines.
That doesn't count. It has to be verbal.
Anyway, it's just you read about these things, not so much in mainstream media, but you read about it in obviously more conservative websites and that kind of thing. And but it doesn't make it less true because it's a conservative website. Let's make that really clear. It still is something that absolutely happened. And the point is that what is happening in this country when it comes to that, where people are afraid of the flag, which is representative of all of their liberties and freedoms.
They're anti-flag. They're not afraid of it. They're anti-flag.
Okay, well, they're claiming that they're taking fear into factor because what it represents is anti this and pro that or whatever the case may be. So they're coming from that position that it's hurting them. It's triggering. It's triggering them, right? And it's making them afraid.
Brings me back to whoever nomenclated.
I don't know. No.
The microaggression philosophy should be exiled.
Tarred and feathered, I think.
Tarred and feathered. I mean,
microaggressions.
microaggressions. Who cares? I can
what
come
you're
up to you and
looking
say, "You're the biggest pile of shit in the world. I hate you. You're blah 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 blah." I can do that. That's America.
Yeah,
you can do that. You just can't touch them.
You can't do it in Scotland anymore. You can do it
So,
in America still.
When it comes to the American flag, I have no patience for this shit.
Well, I'm not overly. I mean, am I
No
patriot?
patience
Yes. Do I
whatsoever.
consider myself patriotic? Yes. But do I fly a flag in front of my house? No. You do, actually.
I do, and I have "We the People are pissed" on my car. I have
It's looking a little
"Socialism doesn't
tattered.
work" bumper sticker.
It's looking a little tattered. I have an American flag in my garage.
I used to have an American flag in my car, but I will.
But I don't.
I need to get one.
I don't fly it. Even on holidays. I just don't do that. But it doesn't make me.
I got tired of the cracked windows and the scratch paints and the key marks and stuff when I had my American flag in the window.
You did not get that. You
Two
did?
a week. 2 a week.
They scratch. See, you can't make stuff up. People
I'm
will
kidding.
believe you.
Just joking on
Okay.
that. I know they'll
Okay.
clip it and say, "Ah."
Okay. Anyway, there you have it. I just find it very kind of.
Good for the dance team, though.
It's good for the dance
Good for the
team. Well,
dance
good
team.
for the kid.
Good for the
high
kid
school
with the flag. Good for the kid with the backpack, which we don't have any info on, but it was a couple years ago.
And as
Betsy
he said,
Ross.
as the young student said, the flag itself represents this country, this beautiful country that we live in. It also represents the people who fought their lives for it, which we discount out of hand so often that people died for democracy across the world. I mean, America didn't need to do that. We didn't need to send people over to European
Hey,
wars.
a quick little thing.
But we did.
Yeah, I know, of course, because
To protect democracy in Europe. And it's like...
We help the world, and we help democracy around the world. It's good.
My God.
Hey, but you got to, guys. I mean, I don't have the clip. Maybe we'll have it we'll put it down. You have to watch the Dr. Phil show with the son of the Hamas leader.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't see the
Beautiful.
show,
My
but
wife sent that to
I
me,
read
and
some
it's
things
just
out of
like,
it. People are literally
these little the indoctrinated, because the Hamas indoctrinated, they're pro-Palestinian college students.
yeah.
What they spew and the rhetoric they spew, it sounds like it came from a playbook. It's just, when they're saying it, it just sounds like they're reading it from a playbook, and the guy's just going, "You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong."
Well,
I've
because
lived it.
they're just reading TikTok headlines.
Exactly.
They don't know.
Well, I mean, they're reading this is a second button up, but yeah, we'll put the little link of it down below.
Will we?
Yeah, I have it, so I'll get it to you.
All right.
I'll make a TPT. What is the definition of TPT anyway?
Torn paper
text.
Torn paper text.
TPT.
But this gets back to, and I've said it before, so forgive me for repeating, but this is when we've gotten
No forgiveness.
so soft as a country with, our quality of life. Is it we look for things to create conflict and all that kind of thing. There's a whole myriad of reasons underneath all this.
Victim mentality.
But at the end of the day, it's a victim
Victimhood
mentality because we have nothing else, because we have no real threats out there. There's just no real threats out there,
And when the threats finally are here, which they're gonna be soon, we're gonna be so ill prepared. Can you imagine, okay, we're gonna button this up, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to button it up because it's supposed to be a short.
Can you imagine the 17 through 24-year-olds fighting for our country right now, like back in World War I? Who do you think? Who do you think would fare better?
Don't leave yet, because a percentage of them, sure, they would be. They're going to join up. A certain percentage of them.
It's the reverse percentage.
But then, no one feels the allegiance.
30% would be
or
worthy of
obligation to go
fighting,
that.
where in the old days 70% would have been worth. I don't think it's a fighting. I mean, I think it's a toughness and a strength that they don't have. I don't think it's a patriotism thing. I think it's just a toughness, physical toughness that they do not have.
Yes, but that goes a little bit hand in glove, I think, a little bit too. It's like when you have, a little bit of, we're really going down the rabbit hole there, but, taking care of yourself, and respecting yourself, and respecting what you have, and all of these things. And yeah, I hear what you're saying, but
good for you. What's his name? I'm sorry, that hurt the editor's ears. Bam.
The editors.
The editor.
Okay, have a good day.
You can reach us on
We don't know yet.
www.wedon'tknowyet.com.
Well, we're at flyingwatchbrothers.com.
And you can't email us yet.
That's my fault.